You've been wondering why you're here, who I am, why I'm doing this to you. So guess. If you guess right, I'll tell you. By the old gods and the new, I swear. You win the game. If you can figure out who I am and why I'm torturing you, and I win the game if you beg me to cut off your finger. You think I'm some sort of a savage? If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. I win.
Welcome to this podcast.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, welcome back to the Same Shit, Different Day, the podcast.
Same shit, different day. What it do, kid?
It's good, bro.
Chile, what's up?
Episode 19. The fucking ad-libs is strong still.
Always.
Didn't I tell you to check with your kids on that? I wanted you to do some. I don't think you did.
I definitely did not. We still going to early 2000s flow, bro.
I can see that.
Yikes!
Shit, early 2000s flow. Right about when Diego Sanchez started his career in this here mixed martial arts thing.
This guy is a wreck.
Ah, man, it's sad.
Couple of those interviews were, whew.
Yeah, they're crazy. He's nuts. He's nuts. This coach is nuts.
Has anyone seen this upside down getting hit upside the head video?
Oh, man, that shit is terrible.
Oh, you hate to see it, right?
He's like giving him head kicks and slaps to the open face while he's hanging upside down like a piece of meat in the fucking freezer. I can't even believe it.
Dun, dun.
Right? Yo, that's some Rocky training that I have never thought I'd see before.
That's what they call dedication.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. School of self-awareness, the most
Fraud.
least self-aware place in the planet.
Sheesh.
Yo, so let's pull back the curtain a little bit, right? We had a conversation, and I said, I think I'm gonna fuck around and join this shit online because I think you can, and I'm gonna make some content, right? Like I was gonna just do some YouTube videos, join the School of Self-Awareness, and see what's going on, right? Fuck it,
Right.
like a documentary style thing in some way. I mean, these fucking guys like recording people, right? So I wanted to record my experience. And honestly, I knew you had to pay for it. Obviously, it's a scheme. But I really felt like, whatever. I'm willing to pay the money and contribute it for the content, for our channel, for our show. Fuck it, right? Let's do it.
Right.
Wrong.
Do you know it is $1,000?
Go suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick, suck a dick, suck a
No.
Yes.
Fraud.
$1,000. $9.99 to join the School of Self-Awareness.
Straight up robbery.
Fuck that. I'm about to buy like a $20 tank top.
Yikes!
Just do something with that. Apparently, the tank top is like the symbol of the school, and if you gaze into it, it focuses you.
Oh.
So, bro, how do you like that? I could be sitting on the pod with one. You could be looking at the pod, and you could just get focused because you're staring into the symbol on my shirt.
I smell horse shit.
This shit is crazy, man. It's sad. I don't understand Diego's takes from it all, you know? He's like, they've basically been trying to get me out. Dude, you've been here forever.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Really?
Like, you helped him open the doors, and you're still here.
Right.
So who's trying to push you out? I've seen them get a little more aggressive with certain people, like, yo, you gotta just end it. And frankly, Diego's been looking a little off for a while now.
Yikes!
I think he's building up a CTE case against the UFC, bro.
He's trying. The coach,
I'll put
too,
that.
at least, for sure.
Got to secure the future bag.
But you know what? It didn't help putting out that stupid video because good luck telling a judge that that his career, where the UFC paid him and he chose to fight as a contracted fighter his whole career for 17, 18 years. Good luck convincing a judge that it was that gave you CTE, not your reckless fighting style over all these years where you ate 3 to 4 punches to throw one, and not the fact that your trainer hangs you by your ankles like a piece of meat and strikes you for 20 minutes a day.
He's gonna tell a judge he was addicted to the fans shouting Diego, Diego.
When the fuck has that ever happened? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what? Listen, fan favorite, yes. A legend, yes. A lot of respect across, fans, his co-workers, I guess, the other fighters. But this shit is crazy. No one ever chanted, Diego, Diego. That never happened.
Couldn't recall.
What happened was he met this dude 10 days before he beat Mickey Gall. His only win in years. He's lost multiple times since. This coach has not helped one bit. He acts like he's nice at evading punches now and stuff. He's still just getting hit. He just doesn't throw back anymore. I mean, he's a stepping stone. And the UFC's still letting him fight. Then they released the video or a phone call of Hunter Campbell and Joshua Fabia talking. And frankly, Hunter Campbell sounds like the utmost professional.
Yeah.
He says nothing wrong.
I didn't catch that one.
We see a couple interviews with Diego, one without the coach on Anthony Smith's XM radio show. All of it has been straight Looneyville.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, that basically kind of casts a shadow over this UFC Fight Night Vegas 26.
We didn't even get a chance to pick a Cowboy fight.
Yeah, well, because this is the point. Diego's supposed to fight Cowboy. I feel bad for Cowboy, man. As soon as that got announced, I was able to edit it into last week's show just to say that it had been announced, but we didn't get to pick it.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it. I told you that off our first conversation about it. This is not what Cowboy Cerrone needs to be doing anymore when it comes to his career.
It's very true.
It's not fight anywhere, anytime anymore, man. You're winding down. You only got a few left.
And especially if you weren't gonna make it like the main event. I was questioning at first, why was this not the main event going 5 instead of the Waterston fight? But I guess we saw why it didn't have to go 5.
I don't think they plan fights because of how long it has to go. I get the sentiment, like Nate Diaz is getting this co-main event 5-rounder just because it's Nate Diaz. But I don't know, man. I think it just got announced too late. It was halfway through the week already, and they couldn't go on that as the main event. They needed something solid to lock into, being the name on this card, I guess. I don't know. It just wasn't necessary to see him.
I hear Morono threw his name into the hat a couple months ago. Like, if any of these guys drop out of it, I'll go in.
Oh well, maybe.
So that was a good move by him.
Yeah, of course. That was perfect.
He went in for annihilation.
Yeah, from moment one, it didn't look like he was planning on fighting in a second or third round.
Very true.
We all know Cowboy starts slow. He speaks on it himself. He starts slow. Alex Morono wasn't ready to wait around for him to get to his second, third round flow. He wanted to make a name off of him, and that's what he did, man. From the moment he signed it, I said, come on, you're expecting to fight Diego Sanchez. That's a totally different fight than literally anyone else they could have thrown at him this night. So I don't understand why. Especially when you're not the main event. All right, so let's say if you are the main event and you have to save the card. That's one thing. But you weren't even listed on the card as of Tuesday last week.
Yeah.
So, did you have to do this? I mean, this ain't the WWE, man. You can't be doing the favors all the time on your way out. It seems to be the way. People go out on their back in this sport, looking up at the lights. That's what Chael Sonnen says. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Alex Morono picks up a big win. I'm not even sure I see it. I don't want to hate on him. But I'm not even sure I see anything all that special coming down the road for that guy either.
Really?
Yeah, this just wasn't... Cowboy has been in there 50, 60 times already, he needs something to get him up, but not too up, because we've seen what that does to Cowboy, right? So I think the Diego fight was perfect. He was going to put on a showcase, and then he was going to be back at 155 trying to make another run. Not that I think it was going to be successful, but I just think
ran into this guy in the future. I'm not going to shit on this guy, yo. That was an awesome knockout, bro. I'd love to see what he's doing next.
Yeah, I guess, but just also factor in the fact that that's 170 he's in. That's so Cowboy didn't even want to fight at 170 anymore. He just agreed to it with Diego. But it's really so you're talking like Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington.
Excuse my talk.
I mean, even 155 would be killers up against him, but I don't know. 170? Nah. The guy was reckless, a little wild. Cowboy is just not supposed to be in there with a guy 10 years younger than him.
Right. Yeah. Cashed on that.
That was easy. That was easy money right there. We also lost Amanda Ribas, Angela Hill.
Oh, COVID. Woo.
Yeah, but like Ribas tests positive for COVID, but I swear there's something about Angela Hill, man. She can't keep a fight booked.
Sucks.
She's willing to step up all the time, but it just seems like she's always the one that I'm concerned about. When we start picking fights, I'm like, ugh, I don't know, and it just keeps happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, true. What about your boy Benoit?
See, man, we keep talking about it. It's been on the pod. It's been on a topic.
Way too often. Way too often for it to still not be talked about.
There's conversations, and then they just let it go. You know, it's talked about when it happens, and then it just seems. I mean, I get it. It's like the one time where because I have to say I don't like when the journalists in MMA just shit all over the sport.
Right.
They also kind of let this one go a little too much, and maybe they should talk about it a little more. I don't know. It needs to be addressed. Somebody's gonna get hurt, man.
I agree. We spoke about this way too much. No need to bring it up again. You know how we feel about it, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
At least they transported him right to the hospital, and there was nothing. You know, there's been conversations in the past about letting them go fight or whatever.
Should be scary, man.
Yeah, Daniel Cormier said again, it's just not that shocking to me. I've seen it many times in the wrestling room, but
yeah, you're a big corporate company, public company now. So
yeah, public company now.
We'll see. Before we get to the rest of the fights, I feel bad, yo. Ben Rothwell, he looked good at weigh-ins.
Gay!
Man, he didn't get to fight this weekend. Lynn's pulled out, got sick. That was the third fight that got pulled on the card. But yeah,
Ben Rothwell looked good.
Yeah, bro. Yo,
the
give
Gay
credit
Bear
where it's due.
The Gay Bear returns.
What the fuck is wrong with you fucking assholes?
Yo, my man's gonna get you.
All right, I don't know. Nobody talked about giving Ben Rothwell such a shout out on the pod, but all right.
Yo, hold on. So since we giving shout outs, one more. Gregor Gillespie, yo. Great comeback win. He got his ass knocked out by Kevin Lee.
Ugh.
In 2019, bro. Didn't fight all of 2020, the whole COVID thing. First fight back, very impressive. I like the performance. Can't wait to see him again.
Yeah, he was a bright prospect. That's a good call out right there. Gregor Gillespie bounces back with a big win. It has been a while, so there were a couple narratives there. You know, after that vicious knockout to Kevin Lee.
Definitely.
The fact that Kevin Lee sucks. and you know, and like, what does that mean after all this time now? But great bounce back win. Respect for sure. Two of the UFC fights we got that we did pick. We had the Neal Bull, Jeff Neal Magny.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Jeff Neal, I thought it was his turn to bounce back after a loss against Wonder Boy.
Wrong.
Neal Magny, man, just wins fights. What are you gonna say?
No, I heard Jeff Neal on a couple podcasts last week, and he talks a good game, man. But I don't know what was wrong. Fight night, he didn't look like himself in there.
He feels like he's been overly aggressive a few times in his career. He feels like he shot his load a little bit and lost to Wonder Boy because he tired himself out early on.
Right.
So I feel like, I mean, from an outsider perspective, just from what I saw, it looked like he was coming with a much more calm, focused, directed game plan. And that calm seemed to just stick in his head too long, because it got to a point where, like, all right, but I understand, because like I said, man, Neal Magny, I don't think many people have left Neal Magny fights after losses, after losing to him, and say, like, oh, I'm so hurt. I don't think he, like, hurts people. He just wins fights, though. You have to give him that respect. He's been winning for years. He continues to win. And Jeff Neal's patient game plan just eventually turned into, like, all right, time to try to take his skull off because you're losing now.
Right, exactly.
And time just ran out. He threw a couple throughout the whole fight, but Magny's hard to hit. He's elusive, and he just wins. He takes you down. He, maintains control. What are you gonna do? But that was you. That was you. You had Neal Magny. I had
easy
Jeff
money,
Neal.
cash it.
Yeah, I guess. Main event: Marina Rodriguez, Michelle Waterson.
Yeah, scrap. A scrap for 5 rounds.
Yeah, for sure. And like I told you, man, Michelle Waterson is tough, and she's a good benchmark for where you go from here, you know? And I said, Marina Rodriguez, she bounced back from her first loss by knocking Amanda Ribas silly twice in one fight.
Yeah.
And now comes up against what I would consider a big name in the division. I'm just sorry to say that as much as I like Michelle Waterson, I just don't think she's elite. I don't think it's ever going to be championship level. And I'm not even sure Marina Rodriguez is championship level yet either. That's a tough division. We all know, you know, who's running that division. So
Yeah.
if you're going to try to fight Bullet Valentina, you better fucking come with all the game.
Good luck.
I will say, and I've seen this take other places before, and I'm kind of upset because it honestly was my instant take just from watching it. She looked a lot like Joanna Jędrzejczyk in her fighting style. A lot of shoulder bouncing, striking, and she really just put a beating on her, man.
Yeah, she did. She handled hers in the octagon. Michelle, towards the end, she came back a little bit. She definitely showed grit in there. But yeah. I had it 49-46, Marina. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that was easier money than the one before, but I guess both were. So we go 1-1 on those. This is what it is. Bellator 258. It's rare that Bellator is going to get a little more shine than the UFC in a week.
They had some brawls.
And it was a better, it was a better card. Main card.
Yeah, main card, yeah.
Full disclosure, I didn't even watch the prelims of Bellator, but main card, it was huge.
MVP. You shitted on him.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to respect him yet.
Bro, you better respect it. That man put my man's nose to the left side of his face.
Yeah, all right.
Said, yo, hold on to that.
But I told you this guy was not exactly what all these other bullshit guys in MVP has fought. So I have to give him the respect to say he did treat him the same way he's treated all the other guys. But why the fuck? I don't know. Maybe he was in his head. But why Derek Anderson is fucking dancing around the like? I thought he was gonna come out and be like, "I'm not gonna goof around like you do, and I'm not one of these trash cans that you beat up on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out and try to take your head off."
Right.
But instead, he like goofed around back.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And that
Big
caught him.
mistake.
Yeah. That's what caught him.
He leaned right into that kick. Oh man, it was vicious.
Yeah, it was. He broke the shit out of his nose.
Oh yeah, baby.
I still think though, I still contest that MVP against anyone legit. All these MVP, how would he do in the UFC conversations? I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
The guys at 170 in the UFC. When you get to the UFC, all that shit doesn't. I mean, I know what Anderson Silva did, but even now, I think nowadays the game has advanced too far for that. Anderson Silva couldn't do that to anyone in the top 10 of either division anymore. That shit was just different then. He was like a fucking ninja in there for a little while. The game's too far. Everyone knows what wrestling can do now. Like, it's like the night Chael Sonnen exposed him, but still got subbed in the 5th round. It exposed him still. The game changed that night. That was it. Anderson Silva's days of flashy KOs were going to stop because now anybody with half a wrestling pedigree was going to say, fuck it. Instead of getting pieced up, I'm just going to try to take him down. I got a better chance at that. Fuck it. Exactly. If he subs me. It's less embarrassing than getting pieced up like Forrest Griffin.
It's true.
But MVP, stay in Bellator because that's where they'll continue to feed you people. And every once in a while, you'll run into a killer like you did with Lima. But at least most of the time, you'll be able to crush these dudes.
Right. I agree.
You go to the UFC, it ain't going to be like that. And you're going to get finished a bunch.
Whole different ball game.
He did call out Lima again, though. He wants that fight back. I don't know why. That was embarrassing. But as we roll along, man, the underdog, Peter Queally.
He made some people some money.
Yeah. I don't know what they call that. I mean, I guess a doctor stoppage, so it's not a TKO or a KO, but it was a doctor stoppage to a cut.
Hold on. Didn't you have Queally?
No, I didn't.
No? Okay. We were both on Pitbull. All right.
Yeah, honestly, I saw Pitbull. I think this whole card was set up, in my personal opinion, this card was set up to basically line up Pitbull coming back, get a name on, knocking somebody out, and then he fights the winner of the main event.
Right.
The championship fight at bantamweight. But I told you, man, I did say the whole time like Peter Queally, like I said, he's a journeyman, so this was big for him, and
Yeah.
all due respect to him, like
Definitely.
big W, and a stoppage. No matter which way you want to put it, it's a stoppage.
Oh, that was a vicious elbow, bro. That cut him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just wonder what the fuck was going on with Pitbull since 2019 when he fought last. Why was he fighting in Ryzen the last couple of times? I don't know, but that wasn't the greatest comeback, and that was a big W for Peter Queally. So shout out to him. But we both had Pitbull.
Yeah.
Yoel Romero, still tell me what happened there, because we've seen some of these photos lately of what he was looking like at 205, right?
Holy shit! That's all I think about when I saw that picture.
Tell me what physical he didn't pass, because
It's alive!
I
dude
could
looks
tell
ridiculous. Yeah,
He was
can too.
He was the one that pissed on Bob Baffert's horse hay.
Oh, shit, man. So Anthony Johnson takes this short notice fight. I told you this dude was legit, though. He's, a sub guy.
Yo, he held his own. He broke his hand on Johnson's head early.
Yikes!
And he held his own.
And he continued to throw it like it was just a fucking meat hook on the end of a stick. Like, he was like, fuck it, I can't clinch it and punch you, but I could just, like, swing it at you like a fuck. And he was a big dude, man.
Definitely.
Big
Definitely.
dude. Anthony Johnson saw some real trouble in that first round. It was looking
I don't
dangerous.
care what he says. He got stumbled, and he looked
stumbled.
like
He hit the ground. He was
looked
shooting
like-
for takedowns.
Oh, well, yeah, but he was trying to recover. I'm saying if my man would have pounced, he was stunned for a second. Like,
He was trying to recover, but I don't think he didn't really shoot. Like, he went down
right.
from the spinning back fist or whatever. He went down. And I think he was tiring out more than anything, because he was so anxious to just fucking knock this dude out and make a statement, and it was his first fight back in 4 years. And, I think he's still, he got away with one there. It could have been a crazy upset, but he got away with one. He's got Nemkov next, man, and that's going to be a fight. It's going to be legit.
Does he, though?
That's what they said in the broadcast.
I'm saying, though, is he going to be around the fight?
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Asshole.
Breaking news. Straight out of Connecticut, Anthony Johnson arrested after the event.
Hate to see it.
I don't know. I want to hear more about it.
Yeah, we'll hold off judgment, but
the first detail that made me very suspicious was he purchased the ticket with. Okay, so they say he purchased the ticket with a stolen credit card, and it was from Florida to New York or to Connecticut, whatever. I don't know what it was. Don't quote me on that, but it's common to where his whereabouts were. But my curiosity there is how he boarded the flight as Anthony Johnson.
right.
So that to me seems crazy, because I mean, I don't know. We've seen guys do crimes before, and I'm not saying
if it's just a little petty theft, I brought a plane ticket.
Something's wrong there, man. Something's wrong there, because if you're gonna, well, I don't know. It's just doesn't make sense. It was back in 2019, but it's still 2019. You're gonna buy a plane ticket, board the plane as yourself, as a person who's semi-famous too. Like, I mean, he's not like the paparazzi's not following him around the airport, but
Nah, but yeah, you should know who Anthony Johnson is.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was there and I was in the fucking waiting room for my plane or whatever, if I was waiting to board the plane and I seen Anthony Johnson there, I would fucking recognize him,
Yeah, right. You walk up to him, actually, could you hold his bags, right?
Well, all right, relax. Fuck out of here.
Shut your mouth.
But I would definitely take a picture with him or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I would definitely fangirl out and make a little scene like, oh shit, Anthony Johnson, what the fuck? Like, oh, that's crazy.
He come through like, yo, I'm scamming right now. Chill out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're bugging. I think that's too early to say. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Nah, yo, do your thing, bro. Get it how you live.
It's like a felony what they charge
Hey,
him with.
I don't know, man. Yo, don't do no crimes, bro. Children,
I'm not
don't do
saying
no
he did.
crimes out there. Nah, definitely not. I hope he gets off, man.
I hope he gets off. That's the worst way to put it. But
What are you talking about, yo? What do you want?
I hope he didn't do the shit, and that's why he gets off.
Oh, wow.
Gets off is like,
I don't know.
it's like saying he did it, and I hope he don't get charged with it. That's wild. That's just wrong from every perspective.
Hey,
I don't know.
Cochran.
Shout out Anthony Johnson, man. I think he's gonna be all right. Something seems wrong with all that, but I do think it ends up coming out that somebody in his team or somebody did something wild a little bit, something stupid.
That'd be fucked up. But,
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Great KO, though. Cashed it.
Yeah, man. He came back and fucking assassinated that dude as I thought he would.
Yeah.
It was scary in the first round. I saw him starting to tire out, but that minute break he got in between rounds was just enough for him to come back and let the adrenaline settle a little bit.
Definitely.
Fucking just do what he does, bro. Throw them hammers. Big KO, Anthony Johnson. We'll see how all that legal stuff comes out. But main event and new Sergio Pettis.
Did his thing out there, yo. And I guess this is going to be his new time to shine for the whole Bellator division. I could see this having a little run.
See, the thing is, I think this is his fourth fight now in Bellator, and he's 4-0. He hasn't blown you away, like just finishing dudes or putting people away. But I mean, at this weight, I would say a lot of them don't get finished. They throw a lot more. It's a much more high speed action, but big finishes. It depends. You get some guys who throw hammers. Your Cody Garbrands. Your Davison Figueiredo. These guys. Some of these little guys can start to adapt into really throwing bombs. But I don't know. I just thought Sergio Pettis is better than Juan Archuleta.
Right.
That's why I went that way. I think Bellator wanted him to be there too. I'm not saying anything funny was happening there. It was a close fight though.
No, definitely, yeah.
It was a good fight for sure.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't. I was wondering, like when it went to the judge's decision, I'm like, I don't know. It was close enough for me to say I don't know. I think Sergio Pettis did enough.
Yeah, I think Pettis edged it out. No matter how you look at it, I think he edged it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. Obviously, it was my pick, so I'm not gonna. But to be honest, I'm not arguing anything wrong with the decision. I just think it was close.
Yeah.
Close, it was definitely not just a complete domination, but it looked good. Sergio Pettis, man, I don't think he was ever going to get there in the UFC, to tell you the truth, and I think he always sort of had to live up to that because his brother did it.
Yeah.
I think this Bellator move was good for him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Looks that way.
I think if he would have gotten to fight Pitbull next, that would have been another big one. That would have been nice to get to see that. I don't know if they give Peter Queally that shot. I'm not really up on the rankings in Bellator right now, but
Okay, we'll let them decide that.
Yeah, man. But that was a, nice Bellator 258 event. Even losing Yoel Romero turned out to be a pretty good fight card. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was the Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. Friday night, nothing to do. Bellator 258 held it down. Props to them.
Definitely. I'm excited to see where the Grand Prix goes to. We'll continue to talk about that as it comes back. We'll see how that plays out. But we roll along. UFC 262.
Another one Dana wants you to pay for. Let's go.
That's a good way to put it. We lost Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards. Looks like they pushed that back a couple weeks.
I mean, good decision.
I see no reason why not. It's a little weird that they pushed it back to the Izzy card because I feel like an Izzy fight should be able to sell enough. But this is a pretty stacked card, I think.
I agree.
It's definitely good enough for, to pay for. It's a level up from the Fight Night card that we've been getting every week. We got 5 fights we're going to pick. Hopefully these 5 fights make it. We've already had to make some changes to this list because things continue to happen. But we'll kick it off with a little Mike Grundy versus Lando Venata.
Ooh. 2 scrappers, man. 2 scrappers that I didn't know much about back in the day. And they taking a little bit of money from me.
Mike Grundy, I think he trains a lot with Darren Till. I don't know. Tell you the truth, this fight it doesn't like... I know both guys. I'm interested to see it. It's not something to write home about necessarily. But I'm afraid we might lose another... I don't... Knock on wood, I don't want that to happen, but we got to get some picks in here. And it's like... We continue to get down to like 2-3 fights that we have by the time the episode comes out and everything, happens after weigh-ins and shit. COVID and all this bullshit. So both guys coming off a loss. Lando Venata's been win-loss, win-loss. He's more of a striker base. I think Grundy is more of a wrestler.
Well, BJJ.
Wrong.
More of a grappler. I think if you look towards the game plan, that's more than likely what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Venata will try to keep it on the feet. Who you taking here?
I got Baldy Mike.
Baldy Mike.
Yeah, man. Baldy Mike. I think that BJJ comes in useful. Takes him down. I think he ekes out a decision.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I do think the grappling is going to play a part in this. Lando Venata just lost to Bobby Green.
Yeah.
It's a tough. This whole card is like very close odds. I feel like in all 5 fights we're looking at. Nothing too drastic either way. I want to go against you to gain ground, but I gotta feel like Mike Grundy by decision is exactly where my head goes on it too.
Definitely, I agree.
We'll just have to stick with that. That is what it is. Lando Venata doesn't impress me. I don't know. I think he had that one night where he stepped in for someone and fought Tony Ferguson and like almost finished him. But Tony's crazy, you know. Tony does crazy shit. We'll get to that in a minute. Shane Burgos, Edson Barboza.
That's gonna be a good scrap, bro.
Yeah, I agree. It's a scrap right here. Edson Barboza, always tough. He's like one of those guys where I don't understand. It's almost weird too, right? Because the UFC's taken this turn where leg kicks and calf kicks have become so prominent. And then you got a couple guys like Jose Aldo and Edson Barboza who were throwing leg kicks way back when, and they've always been vicious, and then all of a sudden they stopped.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why, especially with the rest of the game adapting to it now. Like, Jose Aldo, where you at? I know you're almost 40, but you made Uriah Faber's leg look like a scene out of The Walking Dead one night.
It's true.
In the WEC. So where the fuck is that? Just stopped. I don't know. It just became boxing heavy. Edson Barboza used to, the spinning knockout of Terry Tim, the crazy shit. I don't know.
And with Barboza, it's like sometimes he'll come in and he'll show the leg kicks and then just stop. It's weird. I don't know what he's been doing, but
I think they're afraid of getting taken down.
Quite possibly.
I think that's what's happening. The game is changing to such a wrestling heavy base. It's obviously the most dominant craft in the game, and people are afraid of it. So the more you throw leg kicks, the more prone you are to getting taken down.
I agree. I don't think Shane Burgos has much of that in his formula, in his whatever the hell you want to call it. Plus, yo, you know how I feel about the whole Team Tiger Showman. So I got Edson Barboza.
That's that fucking mall karate.
Shut your mouth.
That's that shit your mom dropped you off to on Saturday so she could go shopping at the mall.
Oh, shit.
Shane Burgos scraps, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to take Shane Burgos.
I said it was going to be a good fight.
I'm going to take Shane Burgos.
Good.
I'm going to go opposite with you on this one because I don't know, man. Not that I think Shane Burgos is going to capitalize off another man's fight, but there's just something different about Edson Barboza since the Khabib fight.
Who the fuck is that guy?
This piece of his soul has left.
Oh, shit. Damn.
And I think Burgos is scrappy, and I think it'll be a scrap. Don't get me wrong. I could see Shane Burgos even going down once before this gets finished, but I just think in a test of heart, Shane Burgos pulls it out. I'm thinking probably by KO, too. All these guys, this is a tough one to pick underdog of the week, but of course, I know you probably have 3 options because you take a bunch of plus 120s and shit.
Well, you could use it on him right there, isn't he?
Nah, I think he's actually a slight favorite. I think he's like minus
sugar,
130.
he is, yeah.
I'm thinking, what if I take him by KO though? That's gotta be plus money.
God, this guy just wants to throw a pick away.
Throw a pick away, disrespectful.
Shut your mouth.
Let's keep rolling, whatever. Caitlin Chukagan and Viviana Araujo.
I'm
not sure how to say that, but can I just bet that this fight goes to decision?
Yeah, you can. Probably at stupid odds, too.
Yeah, because that's all I really take from it. I don't know,
We'll check Saturday night what the odds are for that, but yeah.
Who you got?
Not really much to say here, but I am gonna go with Vivian Araujo. I know everybody's been mad high on this Chukagian girl, but I don't know. I don't see.
She's one of those chicks who I think hovers in the top 5 because these divisions aren't necessarily that deep just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is totally set up to go that way. Like, I think the UFC would like to get Vivian. I think they'd like to get her up to the next level, and I think that's what they're kind of trying to set up to do here. I just also think, I don't know, Caitlin Chukagian's been in there with better people, and just this one, because I could give a fuck less, I'm just going to go Caitlin Chukagian by decision.
Okay.
Just to gain some ground, just to get back in this race. Let's see. Not really much else to say there, though. Decision for sure. Either way, it'll be a decision.
I agree.
Who knows? Maybe Vivian can pull off a sub or something, but I think Caitlin Chukagian will just has more experience against tougher people, and she'll just grind out a victory in unimpressive fashion.
Oh shit!
But then, I mean, really, when you look at it, though, I think with the Burgos Barboza fight, and then these next two that we're gonna pick here, there is a setup here for some straight violence.
You already know.
Straight violence. Tony El Kukui Ferguson, Neal Dariush. This is your boy, Neal.
You know it.
I hope we don't even got to discuss which way you going here.
You already know how I'm riding.
Yikes!
Oh, are you riding Neal hard?
I'm just gonna say this, yo. Listen, out of all the fights on this card tonight, on Saturday night, I think the best bang for your buck is Tony Ferguson.
Okay.
But I'm taking Beneil Dariush to come out with a statement performance. Beneil Dariush by KO.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Tony Ferguson's going to have to rethink some shit after this fight.
I think I'm taking Ferg as my underdog of the week.
Okay. Plus 145. Okay.
There's not much to go off here. You know I like to take crazy fucking half-court shots, but frankly, the whole card's pretty close.
Yeah.
I considered a couple people that I was going to take, and when I ended up looking, they were either even or actually a favorite, like Shane Burgos being a slight favorite. I'm like, damn, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Ferguson. When's the last time you could get Tony Ferguson as a legitimate underdog? Maybe the Gaethje fight. I don't know. I don't know what the odds were that night, but I don't even think so because that's the first one he lost in years.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
And, I just think 3 in a row would be tough. I know this is tough to take Tony Ferguson nowadays. I get that. But I told you, man, I respect Beneil Dariush a lot, but do I think he's elite? No. I think this is one Tony can finally get back. And then, to tell you the truth, I think right after this, to play matchmaker for a minute here, I think El Kukui gets this W. I'm not sure. Probably by sub. But I get the feeling it's kind of like ugly on the feet, goes to the ground, and that's where he subs him.
Okay.
I think Tony Ferguson after this should call out Khabib's fucking little homeboy, Islam Makhachev, and set it up right from there. Yo, I'm coming for you, Khabib. Let's go, fathead. I'm going to beat your boy up, and then I'm going to force you to come back. Because the only way Tony could get Khabib to really come back, to draw him out, somebody needs to beat that kid Islam.
Okay.
And I think the UFC books it because if Makhachev beats Tony, he's right there now. He's like top 5.
Right.
And if Tony beats Islam, fuck it. Maybe he does convince Khabib to come back. And even without the belt, let's just get Tony versus Khabib. We never got to see it. Let's get it.
I'll take that.
Boom. I just lined up your whole fucking rest of your year for these guys. Like, let's do it.
100%. That sounds perfect, but it's not going to happen. Beneil, by evisceration.
Let's go. Evisceration. He's never finishing Tony Ferguson.
I can't fucking wait.
You got to put Tony Ferguson 6 feet under the ground.
I am going to blow your phone up for fucking hours after he does that. Just know.
El Kukui, baby. Let's go. Underdog of the week. Give me that. I guess it's only a 2-pointer, though, based on our agreement last week. So, is what it is. I'll take it.
True.
El Kukui, let's go. Main event. Very important. Vacant lightweight title. Finally, we've recognized Khabib's retirement, and finally, it really goes into the books on Saturday night when they crown a new champion at lightweight.
Yes, sir. Well deserved on both sides. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, leave Michael Chandler alone. He's paid plenty of dues. I get that it's Bellator, but it's been years.
Right.
He's paid plenty of dues. At least he didn't step right in, which frankly I think nowadays wouldn't be above the UFC to do if the fans called for it. I think Michael Chandler deserves this shit. I know Charles Oliveira does. He just came off whipping Tony Ferguson
dominantly.
And I understand, like I said back then, I get the concept that can we at least crown one champion who Khabib hasn't beat and emasculated?
Right.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, well, what about Dustin Poirier? First of all, Dustin got the choice. Dustin would have definitely been able to be in this fight over Chandler, and they'd probably be doing Chandler versus McGregor on July 10th. Frankly, I think that's the way they would have ended up going. But what happened was Dustin wanted to do the trilogy. Of course, he wants the bag.
Definitely.
Come on, why not? And you just knocked the guy out. Why not try to get another one?
True.
This is a perfect fight for the lightweight belt. Because either way, if it was Justin Gaethje, if it was Dustin Poirier, even if it was my boy Conor McGregor, all anyone is going to say is Khabib choked you out.
Right. Exactly.
So let's get the one fight where the champion could be crowned, and then he could go up and face all three of those guys eventually. Fuck it. But let's just at least crown someone who Khabib hasn't bitched up. Oliveira's on a long win streak. I wish Chandler was coming off a more dominant run in Bellator. Like I said, he had stayed there a little too long because he started losing. I mean, he lost to Pitbull.
None of that matters, bro. He came back and fucking annihilated Dan Hooker. That's not enough for you?
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. And I mean, the wrestling pedigree tells me everything I really need to know about the fight. I get that Oliveira has very, very strong jiu-jitsu. But if there's one thing I've learned from watching many of these fights, that jiu-jitsu shit is great. But if you got a strong wrestler on top of you, you just can't. You can't get them. You can't sub them. They keep a strong base. They dominate you. They pour on too much damage while you're trying. So like in jiu-jitsu tournaments, we could just sit there for 20 minutes twirling around trying to catch each other in subs. Okay. But if I'm allowed to fucking rain down elbows into your eye socket, you can't really roll around for too long hoping to sub me, can you? So it changes the game. This is a tough one too, though, man. I'll tell you, this is a tough one to pick. I don't know. Who you got?
Easy money. Charles Oliveira, round 3 sub.
Really?
Cash it.
Wow, that makes me feel a lot better. I thought we were going to go the same way on this. Michael Chandler.
Nice.
Michael Chandler raises UFC gold.
Okay, I like the narrative.
Absolutely. And Conor McGregor smokes Dustin Poirier in the trilogy, and we set up Chandler versus McGregor for McGregor's coronation back as the 155-pound champ. Let's go! Let's go! We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
Okay.
Let's go.
This is one I'll go for. I've been riding the Charles Oliveira wave for a while now. Let's make that money.
I respect that, but you know what? I'm sorry. I've just had enough of all the motherfuckers telling Michael Chandler to shut up because you haven't been in the UFC. Like, yo, let's relax.
Yo, he's done his thing. I gave him his props.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying I just want to see him raise that goal because I want people to shut the fuck up. Because not for nothing, Dustin Poirier, you was shitting on him saying you were not fighting Michael Chandler for the belt. What happens if Michael Chandler wins the belt this weekend, and even if you are able to pull it off, what you won't because you're getting smoked like a Cuban cigar. Hey. You're getting smoked on July 10th. But let's just say you won. Maybe Michael Chandler says, I don't care. I still want to give the fight to Conor McGregor. Coming off of 2 losses in a row to you, but you didn't want to fight me for the belt, right? I guess you still don't. But I just want to see all these people who say, oh, he's fake, he's phony. Because come on, yo. Listen, if you haven't been, I'm not saying Khabib and Michael Chandler should compare their resumes. Or anybody who's been at the top of the division for years. Even Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, even Dustin Poirier to some extent. I get where he was coming from a little bit. But some of these other guys need to relax. I mean, even Dustin. Come on, Dustin, relax. How much better were the guys you fought for all your career than the guys Chandler fought for the last couple of years? Remember, Chandler was having wars with Eddie Alvarez years ago, back when Alvarez was a beast too. Alvarez, who came to the UFC and won the belt years after losing the second 2 fights of a trilogy to Michael Chandler.
Put some respect on my name.
Like, let's remember that. You want to do the math add up. When you really think about it, Eddie Alvarez was UFC champion after losing to Michael Chandler twice for the Bellator lightweight belt and then leaving the organization to go to the UFC. Really, if you do the math, Michael Chandler been fighting guys at the top of the shit for years.
Okay.
I just think it's his time. Raise that belt. No disrespect to Oliveira. He's a great fighter. I wouldn't be mad to see him win the belt. But I think he's a little overblown on himself, too. I think he beat a Tony Ferguson that was just absolutely not focused in that.
Yeah, right.
There was just something up that night. I don't know what it was. He wasn't there. I think El Cucui's going to be back. And I think Chandler raises that gold, man.
I love the narrative you put behind it, but I just can't ride it. Charles Oliveira by sub. That's 262.
Man. 262. That wraps up our fighting coverage for the week. Yo, before we get out of here, let's discuss that fucking hat.
What's up, bro?
The fuck is that?
Fraud.
I'm from New York.
You would.
What's up? I'm saying, what's up, man?
That is some shit right there.
What's up? You don't like it, bro?
I noticed you wasn't wearing it when... Yeah. They must have had a little bit of a better playing lately. Now that we're donning the hat, right?
Yo, bro, I don't even know what they're doing. They in Tampa tonight. They could be losing. Who knows?
I'm just saying it's episode 19. And
you already know.
This is the first time we've seen the Yankee symbol donned across your forehead.
I doubt that. I think you missed it a couple weeks ago.
Wrong.
Really? Yankee?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks very glaring to me when we turned on. You know?
I don't know. I don't know what made it stand out this time, but yeah, this is definitely not the first time.
Fraud.
I rep New York. That's what it is, my G's.
Rep New York. Some fraud ass shit right there.
I rep NY. Holla at me. You heard?
Yeah, you want to go half on the School of Self-Awareness?
Definitely not.
Oh, damn.
Yo, what's up? We're going to start a GoFundMe. Who wants to know what it's like? $1 a person. We got enough subscribers. Come on, $1 a person. That's all we asking for.
Yo, for real. I'm about to do that.
Do it for the culture.
For journalism.
That's it.
I'm just going to do a journalistic approach to seeing what's up with the School of Self-Awareness.
I can't afford it. I'm just going to
Neither can I.
Word.
Neither can I.
This is where you come in.
This is where you come in. Yeah, yo. Oh, man. Well, it's been fun, brother.
Always, bro. I can't believe this is fucking 19.
19. We're going to do one more next week, and then we're going to take a break with the UFC.
Word.
Take a 1 week off, reset a little bit. 20 episodes deep.
Yeah, man.
5 months of recording this podcast.
Yes, sir.
Every week doing it, but it's fun though. A lot of fun.
Definitely.
Same shit.
Different day, kid.
Always, kid. You already know.
Yo, love you, man.
Love you too, kid.
Peace.
Shit, man.